Elf. I feel like this movie needs no introduction. If you've clicked on this video, there is a heavy chance that you have seen this movie, and it's probably a holiday tradition of yours. So for me to say that it's great is really kind of like saying that this water is wet. However, yeah, this movie's great, and it's even great considering that Jon Favreau directed this and later would start the MCU and be almost single-handedly responsible from keeping Star Wars from the pit of irrelevance. The Sarlacc pit of irrelevance, if you will. Telling you the plot is pretty superfluous. Buddy is an elf, or well, he thinks he's an elf. He's actually a human. He's played by Will Ferrell. And he learns that he has a human father in New York, played by James Caan. The kicker is that James Caan hates kids and hates Christmas, which is funny considering that he is a children's book writer. Make of that what you will. The first time I watched this movie, it wasn't even close to December. Well, it was actually mid-November. I watched it in my film appreciation class. I should be upfront with saying that I'm not a big fan of Will Ferrell. I think he has like 5 or 6 stock jokes, and he repeats those. I'm not a big fan of his style per se. I think 2 of the funniest things he's been a part of are this and the no cowbell thing from SNL. I think that's about it. But I cannot deny that he is really great here, and it's kind of challenging because he has to play a very almost childlike person. Like, he's only known the ways of the North Pole his whole life, and so it's one of those things where it's a fish out of water scenario. It could have been all kinds of cringe. However, Buddy the Elf is genuinely just such a nice person. Not to mention that he has a diet worth killing for and a waistline that doesn't have to have a single ounce of fat on him. Dang. The last time I was on a diet of candy canes, candy corns, and syrup, let's just say it didn't end well for me. I like James Caan in the movie. It's completely like Godfather and this are like 2 completely different things, but it's almost like Sonny Corleone survived the hit on his life on the Causeway and legitimized the Corleone family business under the cover of kids' books. Zooey Deschanel is multi-talented and she is very good here. And I can't lie, this movie is just funny. There are scenes where if it were literally anyone else, it would probably be not great. However, it's just handled very well. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is when Papa Elf, played brilliantly by the late Bob Newhart, rest in peace, is telling Buddy about Buddy's family in New York. And consider the fact that Will Ferrell is like really tall, and in the movie Bob Newhart is really short. So this human man is sitting on this elf's lap, and it's so funny, and especially from Bob Newhart's deadpan delivery where he's like, "Buddy, I know you've been feeling very different lately, but I promise that I have always loved you like a son." I can't do it justice, it's great stuff. And ultimately, I feel like this movie speaks for itself. You walk up to someone and be like, Elf, they either think Lord of the Rings or Elf starring Will Ferrell. It has become a Christmas classic, despite the fact that it was released in the strange time of 2003. Do you remember?